So first of all, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Self-Adjusting Complexion Primer. I love this primer, it makes my skin super soft and ready for foundation. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation in the shade Y225. I love the coverage of this foundation. It's not too heavy, but it's not too light, and you can build it up to be quite heavy if you want. It's medium. But then I blend it in with my damp beauty blender, and I feel this gives it the best finish that it can give. For concealer, I'm going to be using my Old Faithful, and it's the Eraser Eye from Maybelline in the shade Light. You guys know I love this. I'm sorry I use it so much, but I feel, honestly, that this is the best for dark circles, and I suffer from dark circles. Yeah, so I pop it in a triangle shape under my eye, down the bridge of my nose, centre of the forehead, the chin, the cupid's bow, and I blend that all in with my damp beauty blender, and again, I think that gives the best finish. I'm just going to run through some Illamasqua brow build in the shade Rise through my brows. As you can tell, I've already done my brows, and I use the Dip Brow Pomade in Taupe, but I just use this to fluff up my brows and keep them in place all day. For highlight, I'm going to be using the new Too Faced Love Light highlighter in the shade Blinded by the Light. This is so beautiful, and the packaging is beautiful, as always, from Too Faced. And I'm popping this on the tops of my cheekbones and running it around the side of my eyebrow. This is a lovely highlighter, but I like to put on a couple of layers so it's really intense. I'm also putting it on the cupid's bow to make my lips look more full, and then down the centre of the nose. To set my under eye, I'm going to use that white shade from the Kat Von D Shading Light palette and pat it underneath the eye to set the concealer. So now I'm going to go in with that golden shade and the light contour shade, and I'm going to contour and warm up my face a bit. So first of all, I'm just going to go underneath my cheekbones just to add a bit of definition to that area of my face. And then once I've done that, also actually run upwards, never downwards, because you don't want to look really muddy and horrible. And then on the top of my forehead, I just used the golden shade because I just want to look like the sun has kissed me, even though I have a very pasty complexion right now. For blusher, I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Reckless. God, I seem to use some of the same products a lot, but I think that's good, right? But this is a lovely blush shade. I think it will suit so many people. And I just put it on the apples of my cheeks and work backwards towards the hairline. Going in with the Nip and Fab Sculpted Eyeshadow Palette, I'm going to use the shade Suede to start, which is that orangey shade. And I'm using a big fluffy brush, and I'm popping it into the upper crease area. And I just keep blending until I'm satisfied with how blended it is. This eyeshadow is beautiful. It's such a gorgeous like orangey shade. I also run that under my lower lash line and connect it to that eyeshadow we put at the top. I love this colour. I just wear it alone, to be honest. But it's a great starting point because it's a real nice transition shade. It's got a lot of pigment, but it blends really well and yeah, blends seamlessly. I'm now going to go in with the shade Nirvana, and I'm going to be using like a tapered blending brush this time, and I'm popping that through the crease. Now this is just to deepen it and to make it look a lot more defined. So I'm just putting it through the crease, and I work up this, like I build up the colour slowly, so I add a bit and then add a bit more. I keep adding some just so it's the perfect, has the perfect depth basically. You can see what I'm doing. I also run this on the lower lash line too.
I'll meet you at the hideout where we can dream again. I'll tell you all my secrets. We're encouraged like a second skin. The kids are all dying.
Then I just grab that big fluffy brush again and do some blending so it doesn't look choppy, and then all the shades like merge together.
We take what
Now I'm going to go in with the shade Duchess, and I'm going to run that through the crease, but also I'm going to pop it on the outer corner. So I'm using a sort of kind of less dense brush now, but it's a smaller one. It's a Zoeva one, but I can't remember the name. I'll link it below. But yeah, I'm popping that on the outer corner and then through the crease, and then I also pop it on the lower lash line. I'm kind of just doing the same to the bottom as I'm doing to the top. But I love this shade. It's like a really nice brown kind of plum. I really love it. On the base of the lid, I'm going to use the shade Cleopatra, which is just that white shade. And because I want to keep this nice and matte on the eyes, apart from that inner corner highlight, which is the Too Faced one, by the way, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, so I'm just popping this on the base of the lid. But it kind of messes up the other colours a little bit, so I then go back in, as you can see, with Duchess and clean it up a little bit. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Shock from YSL, and sadly I've run out of this. I'm so sad, but it's such a good mascara and it smells incredible too. For lipstick, first of all, I'm going to go in with Malibu from Kylie Cosmetics. It's the lip liner, but it's so blunt. I couldn't find a bloody sharpener. So it doesn't go that great. So I should have just used just the lipstick. But I do pop on the liquid lipstick afterwards. So this is Malibu from Kylie Cosmetics. But please ignore the lip liner skills because it really did need sharpening. But yeah, this is a gorgeous nude. It looks a little bit more browny on me. When I've got a tan, it looks a little bit more nude, but this kind of looks like a brown nude on me at the moment. But I think it looks really nice with the eye look. What do you guys think? So that is the final look. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment below. But yeah, I will speak to you soon. Mwah.